Let me get my microphone on here. Turn down my volume on my laptop. There we go. All right. It is Thursday afternoon, 3 o'clock here in Dallas, or Farmers Branch, where we're affectionately located. Let me get this light down a little bit. Hang on one sec. There you go. I put a light in front of me just to light me up a little. All right, comments. Your shirt reminds me of a pattern on Cotton Bowling Palace's wall beside the end lanes. Cool. I've had this shirt for a while. I just never have worn it. Hey, Joaquin. The Stream Lane 21 is up. There it is. And Aaron and I fought to put that thing up the other day. Now I got to take it back down. The way I've got it mounted, it angles too much upwards. So I've got a pole mounted on the wall, and I'm gonna probably have to put a 2x4 or something behind it to bring it out so the mask unit will aim down a little bit. Let's see, Green Eyes, welcome back. Am I bowling tonight? No bowling today. If you can see the lane, we're in the middle of a little project. I guess no secret. There's part of it right there. One pillar for a full 2-lane star shield. Let's see. Is the shipper on his way? Actually, well, he's in motion. I've got him dropping off some pins to somebody, hopefully up north, that he's got. Instead of him bringing them all the way down here, than me having to ship them. Luckily, he's going to be going by up there, and hopefully he can get them dropped off to the person who wants them. Some Magna pins. Frozen. Why are we frozen? Oh, no? Oh, let me guess. Turn off my Wi-Fi. Am I frozen? Anybody? No, I'm looking at the laptop in front of me. Yeah, I am. Nope. We are frozen though. It was below 30. It was about 25 degrees all night long here. And it snowed, well, not snowed, it drizzled all night long. So we had a pretty good ice buildup on everything. I went to work last night. Luckily I was inside the hangar. We only had 2 airplanes. And it was cold. But I left this morning and driving away from the hangar. The roads were pretty good till I got on. There's one little stretch that I take from a main road that cuts over to the service road. And I went through that and just started slipping and sliding everywhere. And they haven't treated that area, evidently, because it's not a main road. And then I got on the main road going downhill and had to go about 3 miles an hour because it was just solid ice. Got down to the bottom. I had to put in 4-wheel drive. Luckily, the truck has that. Got to the bottom. Then after that, it was fine. Then I exited Beltline Road over in Irving. I stopped and got gas at 319. If you hadn't got gas, people, Little Russian Pooty Head is going to make gas prices go up with his little invasion thing of whatever he's doing in the Ukraine. So I filled up this morning for 319 just to top things off. And then I'm going down Beltline Road, and it is solid sheet of ice. And creeping up, there's 2 red lights I'm coming up to, and I looked in my rearview mirror, there's an 18-wheeler about 100 yards back, like sideways, coming toward me. So needless to say, I didn't stop for those 2 red lights. So let me adjust this light a little bit. It's a little bright. May not even need it. And I'll do that. All right, I'm a little darker, but anyways, let's see. Hey, Kevin from New Jersey. I'm good. Thank you, Mike. It's just me, Bruce on the loose. I think I have my Wi-Fi turned off, so it should be good. Ice and snow before it rains here in South Jersey. 302 yesterday. That was cheap. I'll bet it's not 302 today. Like I say, I went and got gas for $3.19 this morning, and then like 2 miles later, same brand of gas station, $3.46. So I guess they've already gone to jack up their prices. Anyway, so yeah, everything was ice. I did fine till I got to the house, got off the main street, turned onto my side street, got to the alley where I turn in and slid past the alley. Had to slowly back up and tried it again. Then I got to the driveway and had to inch back and forth because I didn't want to start sliding backwards because it's kind of downhill and our neighbor has a brand new fence right behind us. I didn't want to take out his new fence or at least dent it. So luckily, and I could have put a couple of trays down here on the approach that catches rainwater and snow and ice and whatever. So kept the water from getting on the approach almost completely. Let's see. Hello, Caleb. David H. What's up, David? How are y'all doing up there? He's getting, 18 yesterday, and it was, like, raining. So you got a mess up there. No, it was the day before, wasn't it? Buc-ee's and Melissa, of course, Buc-ee's. If y'all haven't ever been to a Buc-ee's before, have you never heard of a Buc-ee's? It's kind of like the Disneyland of gas stations. They've got them around Dallas here. There was one originally between Dallas and Houston, the first Buc-ee's. And then now we've got one over off 114 in North Fort Worth. We've got one up in Anna where Mike lives. There's one out by Terrell's. They're starting to pop up everywhere. Hey, Nick. And we just went to 369. Jeez, that's getting up there. We're gonna hit $4. I know we've never hit $4 here in Texas. We've always gotten to like $3.99, and that's always kind of where it's peaked out, and then it drops back down. But anyways, Buc-ee's is kind of, they have like seriously 100 gas pumps at every gas station. It's funny when you drive by and look at all the gas pumps they have. Then you have a whole slew of for trucks. And then it's kind of like the Stuckey's from the 60s and 70s, if you ever know what a Stuckey's is. But it's like, you go inside, you can get just about anything in there. But it's pretty cool. Cleanest bathrooms you'll ever find. They pride themselves on that. But Buc-ee's has seriously got over 100 gas pumps at every location. And there's now like 5 or 6 around here. Let's see, I'm reading comments here. Hello, Nick. You gotta go, but if you ever get down here, Kevin, it's kind of a rite of passage if you come to the Dallas-Fort Worth area. They do have an amazing operation. I don't know why they don't put like a roller coaster in or something like that. You'd think they do something that if you stop at Buc-ee's, every kid would have to do something. I'm sure any road trip through here, everybody has to stop at one, but there's just too many people in there lately with all the COVID crap and everything, and we're trying to stay away from large groups of people. So, I should have texted Brendan. Brendan's the one who told me he wanted me to do a live talk, and I told him I'd either do it yesterday or today, so I may not have given him enough notice or message him. So, let's see. I remember Stuckey's. There are a couple of Stuckey's now, but it's not like it was. Stuckey's was kind of like the Loves or something like that back in the day that you could stop at on a road trip and get pecan logs and whatever else. It's just kind of one of those things you had to stop at. Hey, Dakota. There you go, Kevin. They need a bowling center, a bowling alley. No string pin setters, no GSX. Like a little 6-laner would be kind of cool. So what's everybody knowing today? What do you think? What do you think of Putin going into Ukraine and just trying to bulldoze in there and take over? Gonna mess everything up for us here. Hopefully not. If you notice, the wall is bare. I got a new deck light. I don't know if you noticed the other day we bowled. It was a new deck light from lane 11 down at Bowl South. Let's have a moment of silence for Bowl South. The bulldozers evidently went in yesterday, and there's probably nothing left now. This is sad, very sad. There are, you can tell a Stuckey's building when you're on the highway. You can just tell when you see a building, it's like, yep, that used to be a Stuckey's. But I didn't like the light. I don't know, it's kind of blue, kind of not very bright looking. And we had a neighbor that was giving away free fluorescent light bulbs. Exactly the size I need, so I'm gonna stick one of these in and see if this doesn't have a little better color to it than the one that I had in there. But it is now, the deck light on the machine is lane 11 from Bowl South. I probably will be back on, or I'll be on, Kevin, so see you in an hour. If you can make it back on, hopefully. Yeah, I know, it's sad. The hurricane did this one in. At least that had an excuse. Other people just shutting down. I heard what the Fairlanes up in Washington area. I can't remember. I can't remember all the details and stuff when I see posts and things. One of my shortcomings. But I saw I think Bo Little may have posted it about the bowling alley up there. That just like came. The guy, I think the owner's like about 70. And I guess the kids didn't want it, and I guess Grandpa got an offer, and he's like, all right, fine. And they're shutting down like in a week. Place, I think Dale Ballard won his $100,000 tournament up there, and he was sending me some pictures from it. And yeah, it was Bo Little. And by the way, Google Triangle Bowl bowling t-shirts. Bo Little sells all the cool Brunswick shirts and AMF stuff. So go in there and buy a couple of bowling shirts from him. They're pretty cool. He sent me one with the bowler man on it. Where is it? I've got, where did I do with it? Yeah, I lost it already. But anyways, he sells some cool shirts. Check it out. Order a couple from him. Also, Joe the Pro. Go to his YouTube page. Subscribe to him. He's an 8230 mechanic of a, I think it's the 16 lane center. It's pretty cool. And he's posting some cool videos, 8230s. No. Let's see, some light tubes here at the house you can bring me. Well, we can try these and see if they work. Hey, Christine. I know. Yeah, the stream lane is right here, actually. Let me move the light tubes. There we go. The stream lane has come down in lieu of the other one up here. Was it stream lane 21? And then the stream lane. That one will be reanimated. That one's got all the guts in it when we had it over the lane with the pin finders, 1-2 ball light, strike indicator, foul indicator. I'm gonna plug that back in and have that running again. I need to pull it down and move the mount out because right now it's sitting up against the wall and it's sitting up like that, and I need to move the mount out so it'll kind of aim down a little bit. Didn't realize that till we put it up there, and it was not easy putting it up there. You just ask Aaron. So let's see. So what's anybody got to say today? Anything good? Hopefully some good bowling stuff. Yeah, I worked on that aircraft sign, which was hanging up over here. But I had to take those letters down so I could move the masking unit up. And what I did is I mounted all the letters to a board, hooked up their LED lid on the inside, hooked up a power supply to it and everything yesterday, plugged it in, so now the aircraft sign lights up. It's pretty cool. And now it actually does something. I've been meaning to do that on the wall and I just never had done it. So when I took all the letters down so I could rearrange the masking units, because there will be a 2-lane star shield right here, hopefully in the next week or two, so I had to move the stream lane up. It is literally, I've got like that much room to do this, so it's kind of like the bowling lane. Everything was just like a matter of inches, measuring and everything. And then on the other side, where you see all the other stuff back here, there'll be a mount for either the star shield, the single lane star shield you see now, or the gold crown masking unit. So I'm gonna have 3 masking units on the wall. This one, I'll probably have to relocate somewhere else and hang it. Don't know where, but I'm going to somewhere. All right, let's see the comments here. Aim mic at face. Are y'all not hearing me? I've got it aimed right up at me here. Let me put it on my collar. Make sure I don't push the button and turn it off again like I did Monday night. It's kind of hard to do this. Well, we'll just go with what we got here. So I don't spend all time playing with the microphone. There, I can't get it to clip on there. Well, green light, so I'm still on. All right, back to where it was. Hey, Allegiant. I really like Buc-ee's. I do come down to Texas on occasion, mostly to go watch Ranger games. I haven't been to a Ranger. Aaron and I went to a Ranger game about 10 years ago, I think. Had a friend invite us. We're up on the third base upper deck. It's pretty cool. It was the old stadium. So I guess they decided that stadium is now just going to be, I don't know what they're going to do, truck rallies on Sundays, and I don't know what they're going to be doing over there now, but now they got the new stadium. So let's see, when do you think you can lamp the original housing for the streamline? That is going to be a chore, because I got to take the triangle down and then take the guts out and move every single little bulb over. That's going to be a challenge. Let me finish with my getting the star shield up and everything else, because right now, if you notice, there's no bowling going on. Everything that was on the side that I kind of pushed over there out of the way is now on the lane. I got down one of the extra ball, I don't know if you call it decelerator, whatever. When the ball comes back, it hits it, slows it down on the ball return. I have a list here. Videos to do. I've done a couple, so I need to work on some more. But Aaron went through all the comments and everything and asked me about doing a bunch of different videos here. So I'm going to start working on those. I've got a couple already done, but so yeah, I've got to work on those. Let's see. All right, Doug. I think we're going to hide that comment. Remove. I think we got a bot. I don't know. All right. Yeah, we're going to get, and it's going to be one of the original Bowl South star shields. Still says Bowl South on the bottom. I'm going to get all the lights put in it, get everything restored back to normal. Showing Steve Simpek, they still work. They're just fine. So when you come take 7 star shields, pay for them. But now, if you want some star shields and you're up in the, I think, Nebraska area, you can go get some star shields. Tell you where to get them, since they're not his. Filling in a center as a mechanic, haven't worked a pit shift in a big house in more than a decade. Tell me about the bowling alley, Detroit. Brunswick, AMF. Anything cool about it? Any good stories about it? Oh, I did see that. George drilled up, didn't he drill up 2? I saw that he, I wonder where he got the Black Beauties. So you've been to the new stadium, Mike? Haven't been there yet. Because there's Dallas Cowboys and Rangers, and I might go to a Rangers game, but I'm done with the Cowboys. I'm kind of over it. Living in Dallas, you'd think there'd be a lot of Cowboy fans here, but Joe the Pro, how you doing? I was just giving you a plug here about 10 minutes ago, telling people to go look at your page and subscribe. Pin Dominator. I won't tell. I love the fact that we're more interesting than classwork there. Oh yeah, we need to put yours in your house and bring the other couple out there so we can stick them in the barn and get them out of the garage so I have some room to move back over there. Fireworks loud when they go off in the Rangers home run. Yeah, especially now that they're inside. Let's see. Okay, I did remove one from, yeah, let me just go ahead and put the user in timeout. We're not going to deal with bots and stuff like that. Thank you, Rod J, for pointing that out. I wasn't sure. Let's see, had my first night of bowling league back in a while. Felt good, 133, 131, 129. Sounds bad, but pretty good for candlepin. See, I've never done candlepin before. I want to do that. We want to do it here sometime. We're supposed to be getting some candlepins. Somebody's going to send them to us. I'm forgetting who it was. And if you're watching, another one of my shortcomings. I can't remember who it was. Glad you're doing great, Joe. How's the weather up there in your part of the country? We are like mid-20s. I think we're almost at 30 right now. Things are starting to thaw out, but our road's got a pretty good drizzle overnight, iced over. Luckily, the highways are treated real well, so the drive home wasn't too bad this morning, except on the side road where it was not treated. So, 8270s, built in 1958. I used to work in the 30s there for 9 years. Machines went in there were the 70s. I work on another house in the late 90s. Still have sure pick ball returns. Oh, cool. I remember those. It's been a long time since I've actually bowled on any place that actually had them. 8270s. I used to work on 8270s years ago, just for like a year while I was in school. Didn't know anything about them, but they gave me the basics on it, and I think I drove them crazy with all my Brunswick terminology. The head mechanic was an old guy, and he would get so mad when I'd write things on the back. We had a little clipboard on each pin setter. Pin spotter. If I wrote rake or anything on there, he says sweep. He didn't like my Brunswick terminology on an AMF pin setter, so I don't know. He wasn't he wasn't my biggest fan. I wasn't his either, so whatever. Let's see, Bruce on the loose. You're still going to temporarily run your machine at A2 speed? Yes. Waiting on all my stuff to show up from the shipper that's coming down, hopefully in the next week or so. He's promising me. I've got an A2 pulley. I saw one down at Houma. I drove down there last Tuesday. One last time. I went down. I really wanted an old clangy pinwheel. One of the old one-piece Brunswicks. Got down there. If they had any, they were already taken. There's some other guys there picking parts because they basically said, hey, we want anything to go. Anything you want, come and get it. So I went down there and got some stuff, and there's a bunch of stuff already taken. I did get a backup pin setter motor. Glad I got that at least, just in case ours ever goes out. That would be a pricey piece and downtime. But I went down there and got down there. They didn't have any of the one-piece pinwheels that I was hoping for, but I did get a pin setter motor. Got some other cool stuff. Also got, if you notice it up here, the little lettering boards. I got a bunch of letters and numbers and stuff. But it says garagebowlingalley.com, Farmers Branch, Texas, and I just put 858 on the other one. 858 might be my high series. 300, 278, 280. But anyways, I got that when I was down there last week. I got to see RJ Hayden, Fosbear, got to go by his house. He's taking out 2 lanes. He's going to be putting, hopefully, 2 lanes in at his house from Bull South, trying to replicate Bull South. He's already got it kind of in his mind. He showed me the layout. He's got a big lot and showed me where the bowling alley is going to go. It's going to be cool as hell. I hope it happens for him. He said it's going to be another year or two probably, because the hurricane went through there back in August, which is why Bull South closed and all this happened. And he's going to build 2 lanes at his house, hopefully. But right now, you can't find anybody down there to work on anything because there's so much. Driving through there, just last week, there's still construction going on everywhere. Tarps everywhere. Businesses are just destroyed that are still sitting there. And so it's going to be a while before he can get that. And the price of everything is just too expensive right now. So he's going to wait and do all that. Let's see. Amazing. No, yeah, you can actually go to a Ranger game. You don't have to cook out in the outfield anymore. It's cold. How cold is it, Joe? Candlepin is fun. Tried out TV show years ago. Made it to the regional final, but had a bad day and didn't make the show. I want to come up and do that sometime. Aaron and I would love to be able to come up and see like Candlepin, duck pin, all the other stuff, and come visit some of y'all. We've got a lot of invites. We just can't get away from the house right now, and as much as we would like to. and come up that way, and maybe we'll be able to do that soon. Sheridan Lanes, Tulsa, Oklahoma is a split house, 38 lanes. I think that's the one that Josh was just at last week. He went up for a tournament up in Oklahoma. I think he said it was a split house. 38 or 48. 8290s. So I'm not sure what the difference is between 8270, 8290. I know Mike can tell me where Josh was. How many strikes in a row did you get on the 858? Let's see. 300, 278, 280. So I had 12. Oh, I had 21 in a row because I don't know about practice, but I had 12, and then I had the front 9, and then I think the 10th frame I got an 8 spare strike. So I had 21 in a row. I had 33 out of 35 strikes because the second game I only had, I couldn't get, that was why it was an odd number because of the 10th frame. And then the third game, I knew it was like in my mind, I'm thinking, man, I need like a 222. And I got up, got a strike and a spare, and I'm like, oh no, I got a long way to go. And ended up, I struck out. So I was very excited, very happy. I've had an 858, and then I had another 800 about a year or two ago, 804, I think. So I've had two 800s, but I was just trying to get one. Just give me one 800, I'll be happy. Now I'm getting greedy. Now I got two. Be nice to do 3 again, but now at least I can bowl again. I got this brace on my leg. Tore my meniscus, if y'all been following that or not. But I went to the specialist and he told me to put the brace on. There's really no surgery to repair it. I guess once you tear it, you tore it. And I guess you just have to live with it. And they may have to go in and do like a surgery on it where they make 3 incisions, he says, goes in, cleans out the tear and anything loose, because there's some loose cartilage in there evidently. He said if your kneecap starts popping funny, then we'll have to go do that, and that'll be about 3 or 4 weeks downtime, I think he said. So not looking forward to that. Hopefully I don't have to. So I'm wearing the brace, trying to be smart with it and try not to do anything crazy, but at least I am bowling again. It never has hurt to walk, but I just gotta be careful like turning and stuff when I'm on my foot, because that's kind of what did it in the first place. Let's see. Detroit Signal. Rob, what is the largest center left in your area? An 80 and 90 lane center in the metro area, a couple of 6. Dang, you got some big bowling alleys up there. Around here, Dallas has 1 bowling alley. Believe it or not. I don't really count all you have 1 bowling alley. That's USA Bowl where I bowl, which used to be Don Carter All-Star lanes, which was 58 lanes. Forum Bowl, which is in between Dallas and Fort Worth, is in Grand Prairie over by the Cowboy Stadium. It's 60 lanes, I believe. That one's still around. That had the Quaker State back in the 70s and 80s. They used to have Star Shields. They still have the Star Shields up. They have like a panel over them. I'm guessing there's nothing left inside of them, so they've gutted them, unfortunately. But Forum Bowl is still there. There's some over in Fort Worth. Plano Super Bowl is 32 lanes, I think, or 40, maybe 40. There's one here near the house. Addison is a 300 bowl or a Bolero, or I think it's a Bolero now. They've changed like 4 or 5 times. They have 42 lanes, but it's more of a party center. So really, as far as a league house, Dallas has 1 league house. But then you have Plano Super Bowl, which is north of Dallas. Allen Bowl, which is 24 lanes, I believe, or 32. Mike can tell me what, he can keep up with that better than I can. Okay, City View is 64. There used to be a lot of bowling alleys around here, but, oh yeah, that's right, Plano Super Bowl is 47 lanes. Why 47, you ask? Well, if you ever go up there and look at lane 8, there's a wall right down the middle of lane 8. They did the first 7 as like a party room by itself. They put up a wall, and then you have 9 through 48. So lane 8, the pin set are still there, the lane is still there, but they put a wall up right down the center of the lane. So I guess maybe one day they could take the wall down, and I don't know why they couldn't have put it right in between 8 and 9, a real thin wall, but I guess they wanted a thicker wall, so they just put it right down the middle of the lane. Let's see, I'm reading. subscribers, 1,000. How many are you up to now, Joe? 5-pin duck pins, perfect game is 450, each frame is 15. How hard is it to strike in duck pin? I'm sure it's not as easy as maybe 10-pin. Come to Halifax, Nova Scotia for candle pin. I'll show you around my center. I'd love to do that. Not the proprietor, but one of the managers. We're also about an hour and a half away from a 5-pin center. Nick, put us on the list. One day we'll be able to, hopefully. High 20s. Yeah, I think we're right at about 30 ourselves. It was about 23, 24 overnight. Got a lot of precip, so everything kind of froze over. I'm going back up messages here. 70s and 90s versus the chassis seems to be newer in the 90s. Have a steel setting table. Oh. Let's see. Dakota, Joe's goal is 1,000. He's going to put twisters in and bowl on them on the 8230s. He's right. So Joe the Pro is trying to get to 1,000. Just YouTube, Joe the Pro. Subscribe to him. Check out his videos. There's a bright light right there. Let me block that. 28 right now. Yeah. I don't know what we're going to get down to tonight, but everything today will hopefully melt and dry up before tonight when it freezes back over again. I got to go to work here again tonight. Have you seen the places, both AMF and Brunswick pin setters? The old Olympic Bowl in Rochester, New York has 64 Brunswick and 16 AMF. I have not seen that one, unless that's the one in, no, the one I'm thinking of is in Pennsylvania, Christine. It's got Sharon, Pennsylvania, I believe. It's half old AMF and half old Brunswick. I would love to be up there and see that. I went up to Pennsylvania about 3 or 4 weeks ago to work at that one place in Nazareth for the day, and I looked at the map wondering how close am I, could I get over there, and I looked, it was like 5 hours away, so wasn't going to happen. That's true, 8 is walled up. 432, Joe, we're trying. Go to Joe the Pro right now if you can, tell everybody, share it around. A lot of cool 8230 videos on there. Thornton Hall, that's it. Thornton Hall. That's the one up in Pennsylvania. Thornton Hall is the place posted about. I got to go there sometime. Yeah, I know it just sold about a year or so ago. I think the owners put it up for sale, and there's a threat that it might close altogether, but I guess somebody bought it and kept it open. So that was the Olympic Bowl? Marcel Fournier Olympic Bowl. So that's the one up in Thornton, Pennsylvania? Or are you talking about the one up, they're talking about New Jersey? Let's see. So does anybody have any video requests for me to add to the list? We got a list of videos to make. Video with the jetback deck shield. Video of all the deck shields in the garage. I did that one, just posted it the other day. Video how the turret works. Got a whole list of things on here that people have asked for and wanted me to post, so I'm gonna start working on more videos after I finish. I can do it. I don't have to finish that now, but I'm working on getting the Star Shield put up. I think the Olympic Bowl at Brunswick machines was sure pick ball returns. They did a PBA tournament. That'd be cool to see. I don't keep track of requests, unfortunately, but Aaron went through all the old comments and made a list for me because he kept telling me I need to do more content, and I'm working on it. Like everything else. Does it sound okay? I've got a couple I need to put out a pin video. I'll put out later today. I need to shoot a couple other videos too. Tour stops in Rochester. Russia $2.99 Olympic on a show in the 80s. You might see sure pick returns there. I think Mike, wasn't that the one you were just talking about where he had the $2.99 and he kept the bowling pin from it? Blue Rakes, Model A's. Never had an AMF on that show. Hello, Captain. Captain Namco. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, we are in the midst of another round of winter here in Dallas. It's mid-20s, upper 20s right now. I think the precip is done. I think they were predicting a lot more last night than what we really got. Luckily, I went to work. I was like 50-50. They said if you don't think you can make it in, call in. And I almost stayed home, but I went ahead and went in. And it's a messy night, but let's see. Olympic had Gold Crown ball returns and a split house, 40 lanes each divided into three sections. Interesting. How to replace a deck shield. Let me see if that's on here. I think I have that on my list. Video without deck shields. I know there's one on here about replacing the deck shield. So yeah, we're gonna do a no deck shield, no masking unit day, one day coming up. I'm really not supposed to be, there's the brace, down doing work on my knees right now till I'm kind of healed up a little better, so it's kind of hard to get in and take a deck shield off. Freezing rain in Effingham, Illinois. I've got a friend my shipper guy's up in Illinois right now. Hopefully he's not getting any ice or anything, so hopefully he can finish his deliveries. PBA shows the Olympic were in the 25 to 40 bay. So they actually had it was a three-sided bowling alley? That's cool, I meant to look those up. King Louis in Overland Park, Bruce on the Loose. Place in Detroit, 16 lanes downstairs, 36 divided into 20 and 16 upstairs. Almost sounds like Mahal's in Cleveland. Theirs is like downstairs, upstairs. It's all Gold Crown. Evidently, they got new owners, which I hate to hear things like that, but it's a really, really cool bowling alley. I was up there before, and it was, they weren't open yet, but it was basically like a bar type bands, live bands and stuff. They have downstairs, upstairs. They still have the old wooden Brunswick benches in them, Gold Crowns, above ground ball returns, and evidently the new owners came in. They put synthetics in, so it kind of took away a little bit of the cool factor. So hopefully they're keeping everything else like it is though, with the Gold Crowns and everything else in there. But every time I go to Mahal's, which I've only tried going a couple times, they're closed. The owner let us in one day to look around, got pictures, and went up there to go bowling one day, and they weren't open that day, even though Google said they were. So I went to Dickey's and bowled, which if you look at our videos on the Garage Bowling Alley playlist, Bowling Alleys Visited, I think is the folder, where we've gone to some different places, and I posted the video from Dickey's. It's cool. It's got 4 lanes, and the balls return on either side of the 4 lanes. You have nothing in the middle there. So it's pretty cool. And I videotaped the way the balls return, so that way you could see how they did that, where the ball would come up on lane 2, go all the way across, and come up the left side of lane 1 on the 7-pin side. String pin setters suck. Thank you, Dakota. Prefer free fall. I mean, who doesn't like seeing a messenger take out the tin? And you're never going to have that on string pin setters. You're going to lose all that. No strings. Captain Namco, the day I get twisters. Are you getting a set for yourself? Oh, hang on. Detroit signal correction is throughway lanes, A's and sure picks. Ross shot 299 and 87 at the Buffalo Open against George Branham III. Hello, Christopher. String pin setters suck, yes. 1 through 8, and 73 through 80 were 8-lane bays, then 9th. Oh my gosh. How is that laid out? Wow. They had Gold Crown years ago, one section red, the other section green, and third section blue. That's cool as hell. That's cool. So any questions, comments? Anybody got anything good going on? No masking unit or deck shield day, I'll be absent. Who invited you? No, just kidding. Let's see here. Checking the news here, see if there's anything new going on. All this mess in the Ukraine. This is sad. Somebody has said it might be time to just go in and nuke Putin. He's returning Russia to the old days. Yeah, sanctions, those are going to help. Reading the news. Anybody have any good news today? Let's see. Entertainment news. What's up in the entertainment world? Who cares? All right. Let's see. Nortel lanes burned in 2018. In Monroe, Michigan, is 66 lanes with a T configuration. That would be cool. Nortel lanes burned. I always wonder, every time I hear about a bowling alley burn, you know what we're all thinking. Somebody torched it for the insurance money. Just sell the place. Hate to see things like that happen. Check the article I sent about Olympic Bowl. They even had 8 candlepin lanes. Caleb, should we do cycling the pin setters a tribute to the attack? I can do that. Mark Covington, hey there. Doing good, Mark. Thank you. We're staying in, staying warm. Trying to, at least. It's cold here today. It was 81 like 3 days ago, which that's Texas. You go from one extreme to the other. Closer to spring. You're right, Christine. It is almost March. We're getting close. Yeah, I heard about Russia, Jason, unfortunately, screwing up the rest of the world. Gas prices are going to shoot up now, but we're going to sanction Russia. That'll teach them. Oh, I'm afraid to see what all of the long-term effect is going to be on all this. Had to fix the ball sensor on 11 and 12. Ball wouldn't trigger the machine with the bumpers up. What a pain, I'll bet. So is that the only way the 8230 triggers on yours, is the ball sensors? Or is there a backup on the machine itself? Headed to work. Hope my pinnacles get to you this weekend. We're trying, Detroit. They're up at his house, just waiting for him to make the trip down this way. Supposedly he's coming here next. He's doing a trip around Chicago and I think through Indiana and then back home. And hopefully after that he's going to head down this way. So we're waiting for the pinnacles. Thank you for getting those for us, Detroit. Let's see, we're going to go cycle the pin setter. Let me do that real quick. Do a quick tour back. We got the pin shelves. More pins are added. Ah, thank you, Christine. We're getting you up there, Joe. Let's see. Scoring system uses a sensor, so I don't have to worry about the cushion switch. So is the cushion switch disconnected on that now and doesn't do anything? Or is it also just like a backup? All right, let me get down the messy lane here. Have all the stuff removed. Here's the pillar. Let me show you that after I get down here. Gotta get down carefully. There's the Star Shield pillar, already mounted to the wall at the very top there. Here is the pin setter. Whoops. All right. Gotta get back to the back. All right, for your viewing pleasure. I got the camera up on the other side. It looks like it's all right. I redid the lights on the top. Still running the twister pins. Here comes the problematic pin. There it goes. All right. And then here is the aircraft sign that I made yesterday. The letters that have been on the wall. Got them hung and got a power supply in there. So got that done. Let me get back up front here. Here's the pin finder thing that's hooked up to Aaron in the front whenever we do our lives and y'all want to see something specific. He punches them up there so I can see them. That came off the Astroland ball return, which I got a harness from last week at Homa. They actually had the harnesses still installed. And I saw them, everything was just opened up. I snagged the harness, brought it home. So one day, if we ever get a up front star shield, oops, stepped on a nail. I'll have the ability to put in an Astroland ball return with the pin finders up front. All right. Back to it here. All right. Yeah. Trixie's inward is nice and warm. All right, let me see here. Scoring system uses a sensor. I don't have to worry about the switch. Thank you. Yes, it's disconnected. What started the Nortel fire? We may never know. Or do they say? Russian ruble fell 33% today. That's huge. Hey, Parker. Welcome. Mark Covington, is there any chance you taking the single lane and making it into pair lanes? If so, when do you think that could happen? I wish I could. If you notice, we got the lane. There's a small gap between the lane and the wall, which is where the star shield is going to be. It was going to be my walkway to get to the back. And now it's going to be a star shield. But then if you notice, the other cars are right there. And it's basically, I have that much room for Trixie to fit in the garage and then the garage doors. So I wish I had room for a pair of lanes. Maybe one day we'll get somewhere where I can have room to put up a pair of lanes. Full size. 4 lanes would be better. But Putin is only 5'5". Oh, he's a cute little thing. I wonder how Russians feel about him, or if they're allowed to have an opinion of him. Twisters, I can 6-8 on command on those. Oh, you don't like the twisters, Christine? We like them here in the garage for obvious reasons. Deadwood. They're fun to kick out. If you notice, if you didn't see the live from League Night, Monday night, go and there's 3 comments on there. I had a guy bowl at 300 a couple lanes over. I timestamped that, but the first one is me in the 10th frame, and let me move this over here. Get that light out of the way. There we go. That makes it worse. But anyways, timestamp my Deadwood on there. I kicked a pin out all the way halfway up the lane. The curtain was inverted. And I smacked the 7 pin and brought it up almost halfway up the lane. And those are, 845. Nice shooting, Parker. What were your 3 games? Fake news pins. Mike is not a fan of the twisters. We put them in and I always get that look out of them. But they kick out. The Deadwood's fun. I always like Brunswick pins with crowns. You and me too, Christine. My favorite pin is like the Brunswick, anything with a crown on it. When I was a kid and I'd go into Don Carter's, they had new pins. They had stripes on them. I was like disappointed, like AMFs or whatever they had. But I think when they had new mixers in there, that was just it. I mean, mixers back in the day with the Astroline ball returns. The Star Shields, the Planet ones. Are those Astro Shields, I guess? And those are pretty cool. A purple Rhino? That's an oldie. That's a urethane ball, isn't it? That would make Sean Reich very upset. Evidently he doesn't like urethane balls. I got a blue hammer. I started it yet. Haven't needed to, but I may get it out one night and try it. Brunswick's a Crown. Nice. Did you have a 300 with that 845, or almost would have had to almost? Nice bowling though. Is that your high series? And where did you bowl the 845? No, go away window. There we go. Congratulations though. Very cool. So, what else has anybody got to discuss today? I haven't seen Brendan pop in yet. I guess I should have given him more notice. He asked me to go live and do this. Told him I'd either do it yesterday or today. So, yep. Pin Dominator, place up in Wisconsin I want to visit. Half the house has surface bar returns, the other have undergrounds. They also have these random mannequins everywhere. It was creepy. Where is that? What bowling alley is that in? Now I'm curious. I'll look it up on here if you can think of it. A blue angle. Boy, there's some relics. Let me see. Whoops. Bowling. See if I can find something. Images. Oh, wow. Do that and come up with some cool old bowling alleys, like abandoned bowling alleys. Let's see, same way as a kid, crowns all the way, of course, Nick. Watching PBA shows as a little kid, you used to call them either bumpy stripes or straight stripes. Don't judge, I was 8. That's all right. If I had one down, I got one up on the shelf with my Mark Rock. Let's just get one down. Actually, yeah, they're back there. Oh, here we go. Let's just set this down here real quick. Need to dust it off anyways. The Score King. Good looking pin. It's weird, it's got the black base on it and everything too. So, good looking pin. We'll just set it down right here so we can get a crown in the screen. Let's see, Black Earth Lanes. Well, let's look up Black Earth Lanes. Ah, come on. blackearthlanes.com. Okay, I'm liking it already. Where nostalgia meets fun. Black Earth Lanes. Yeah, their website doesn't have a whole lot on it. Let's see if we can go to images and find something cool about it here. Well, not finding any good pictures on the inside of it. Not to go to look somewhere. I'll look on YouTube later. Maybe they got some videos. Cool looking place though, just from what I see already. The same way when I was a kid, crowns all the way. Yep. Come on, Mike. Are you off today, Mike, or are you downtown? Hopefully you're back to normal. Mike's been not feeling too well the last week or so. Let's see. Let me try this. Bowling news. See what comes up. Well, that's PBA is off and running. First tournament. Yeah, we already saw that. Sean Rash. When is his suspension? Anybody watching Celebrity Big Brother? That just wrapped up last night. Short video how the shot ball sensor worked. Old style. Thank you, Joe. I remember the AMF, how was it? I think the cushion rested on there. When you hit it, it bumped it away and had the switch on it or something. I don't remember. It's been a number of years, and I got to play on the machines at Allen Bowl. Went up to Allen. It was Josh's birthday here about 2 months ago, I think. If you look on the videos, where the Brunswick rake on an 8270. We kind of cheated. The AMF sweep was still there, but I zip tied the Brunswick rake to it, and we bowled with the Gold Crown rake board on there. Search Bowler's IQ in Sterling Heights. Bowler's IQ in Sterling Heights. Okay, and then it just cut off. Where am I at? Oh, dang it. Bowler's marked. Okay, wow. That's one hell of a shop. Very cool. Bumpy stripes, I love that. Easy Pin is bumpy stripes. If you haven't seen Mike's Easy Pin, that's really cool. We need to do a video just on the Easy Pin, Mike. It's a really cool looking pin. It has to be probably one of the most ornate pins I've ever seen. Link I posted didn't work. Let's see. Whoops. Scroll down the screen in there. Got my laptop in front of me here, watching comments and various other things like bowling IQ at Bowler's Mart in Sterling Heights. Pretty cool. See what bowl.com has on it. Junior gold, blah, blah, blah. Still 8 years old. Oh, yeah. Waiting for the comment to come up. I saw it on my phone first. There's a delay before it actually shows up on the computer here. There we go. So Bowling Alley too, I think they have a few in Brunswick. AMF and Brunswick, cool. Inverted bumpy stripes. If you're 8 years old, you go out and get a couple of cases of them and be rich right now. They're pricey and rare. I think Mike has 2 of them, 2 different ones too. So you don't see those come up hardly ever. If you haven't seen the Easy Pin, I know we got them in one of our videos. I don't remember which one, but still recouping. Yep. So you're liking the oh, how about the glow flights? You like those, don't you, Mike? No, I know you don't. Let's see, USA Bowl, they had league Monday night, and the approaches were sticky. I think it was the humidity. We're having a lot of issues, and they came around and had to put, I know a lot of people said it's illegal, but they're using some talcum powder, I guess, on like a dust mop and trying to get and it worked, luckily. So hopefully we won't have a mess like that this coming Monday night. And Bill and Karen were back. We lost all 8 points. We didn't do too great. The other team just did really well. And it was also the other team cleaned me out of my side games except for one. They took home both strike pots and one of the mystery scores, which was $360, I think. So they took that. And so those will all be starting over Monday night. The other one still should be over $400 this coming Monday, so that should get some interest up. Got a friend of mine that I've known for almost 30 years now. I think he's going to start bowling in the league. We got one team missing a bowler, so he's going to come in and bowl his first league. And I'm excited to see him up there. So we'll probably be live Saturday or Sunday, whatever Mike's schedule allows for. Sunday's good. We had a Sunday evening one this last week. We're live at 6 o'clock, I think. Anyways, we had a lot of people watching. That was really cool. It's kind of fun because I don't work Sunday night, so I kind of have a little less restriction on my schedule. And Mike was over. We had Bill and Tom, who also bowls in my league on Monday night. He came over. We had 4 of us, and it was fun. The guy who was bowling against us, if you look at our thing from Monday night, he's wearing the green shirt. I ended up calling, I think it was 63 was the mystery score, and he had a 163 his second game. So he took the money for that. The first one, I think, is one that's over $400. One of the two is over $400. It should be over $400 this coming Monday night. So hopefully everybody will be playing. It's a lot of money to be had. I'd play myself, but it would look bad if I drew my own score. Even though I did draw my own numbers a couple of weeks ago, but I don't play, so I didn't win. Which would look kind of suspicious if I did, so. Mr. McGowan. Tim McGowan. He was on the other team bowling against us. So I didn't have to go too far for the strike pot shots and the mystery score. And then after he took all the money and everything, beat us all 4 games. Come on. Give us a break. Greedy. Let's see. Bowled in 7-point leagues, never 8. Yeah, I don't understand. I guess the only difference in a 7 and an 8 is you don't have a odd number, I guess, if you have a tie. Hey, Mango. I'd almost rather go like 2, 2, 2, and 1, and let the last one just be the single point. That might be kind of an advantageous. Maybe we'll present that in the summer and try it and see how that works. Because why not just stick to 1, 1, 1, and 1 instead of 2, 2, 2, and 2? 8 points, 4 points. Doing good, Mangle. Just sitting here live in the garage, trying to stay warm. Got the heater on. Right up here. Actually, it's not running right now, and it's kind of chilly. I wish the heat would kick on. Let me turn it up a hair. Here's the thermostat controller. Got to step down here. There's a dial on it. Nudge the dial up a little bit. That's the stick I used to pull down the attic stairs with. So it has double duty. Well, I had triple duty at one point because it used to hold one of the cameras while we're doing the lives until I made a different mount for it. Let's see. Till someone finally finished the American E190 model. I wonder who. Well, if you had seen it when Aaron put it together, the wings were on backwards and the plane was going to fly backwards. But finally, I was sitting out here in the garage the other day and was like, finally had like to the point where I had the time to play with it, and finally I flipped the wings around and got all the pieces on it properly. Can that stick pull the chain on the ceiling fan? Yes, actually, no, the chains are actually long enough. I can grab it right here. So I put extra long chains on the ceiling fan. But what it does do is I turn the fans off and I can flip the switch to reverse the fans. Because we always run them backwards in the winter to pull up the heat. And then in the summer we have it blow down, so I always use the stick. It's got lots of duties. That stick didn't know what it was getting itself into. I know, I like when they don't win, so the pots keep building. Because we had I think I had both strike pots for, I think, well over $200 at one time. And the mystery scores were about $200 each. And everybody was playing. And then this last week, I think I had a dozen people play. It was kind of low because both strike pots were won, so they were like at like $40 each. The mystery scores are both at $300 and $400, so I'm getting people playing that. Where is Mr. Bill today? Mr. Bill is sitting right here next to me, keeping an eye on things. Here we go. Let's just keep Mr. Bill in the shot. If you don't know who Mr. Bill is, check out the old vintage Saturday Night Lives. I want to do Mr. Bill in the garage. He got to ride the rake one day. If you go back to our older videos, he got to ride the deck shield up and down one day during our lives, and he did 1 week he spent on the rake. So, any use yet for those new Logo Maxes? I have them sitting right over here. I've got a couple I need to throw in the machine for you and run. Need to send back a Score King, untainted Score King for you. Hello, Jeff. You're not late. The GBA lamp, yes. Let me turn that on. Let's see, there we go. If you can't see it, Mango made that for us. Garage bowling alley. And then it got cracked. FedEx evidently mishandled the shipment. The box showed up, wasn't the box he originally mailed it in. And let me turn this light off. Yeah, there it goes. Get it out of there a little bit. The box isn't the box he shipped it in. Had an airplane model in there that got a little dinged up. The garage bowling alley got cracked. And I think some parts to the airplane didn't show up either, but I think it's just the landing gear. So it'll be an in-flight model. I'll build a little stand for it or something. What if we made his... And how would we make that ride bumpy on the rake, Caleb? I can only guess. When a ball smacks into him. Like the mystery score idea, I might have to start that in one of your leagues. Yeah, Nick, the strike pot and mystery score, those are kind of staples. I got the cups. Actually, I've got them sitting right here. I have 20 cups. The blue ones are the second number. The red ones are the first, but inside of each one of them, I have the number of the for the score. See, the red one is labeled first, and they're all listed in there 0 through 9. So I have the girl in Zan bowls with me, and she'll go up and she'll draw. If you don't know how mystery score works, she'll draw a blue and a red cup. First number, second number. First number is a 9 and a 2. So if you bowled a 92, 192, or somehow in the world bowled a 292, you match mystery score and you win the pot. It's tough to win on that one because you basically have about a 1% chance of matching. So, but we did have a match Monday night. I also have win the pot as my 5th game. It's basically everybody puts in $1, I draw your ticket, you win the pot. You don't have to do anything. I did try a different one time. Instead of that, it was a mystery shot. I had my yellow cups. They're actually up on a shelf right now, so I can't get them down, but they're labeled the same way, 0 through 9. And, well, actually 1 through strike is what I had on there. So if you got your number drawn for a mystery shot, you came up, I think I did it $2 to enter that one, if I'm not mistaken. But you come up, you draw a cup, and whatever that cup was, like say you drew 5, you had to bowl a 5 to win it. Not a 6, not a 4, nothing like that. And it actually went almost the whole season. It was up about $300 and finally had somebody win it. But it was just something I just kind of thought of and created and tried it. And it was confusing. A lot of people didn't understand it. So I just went back to win the pot just to be easy. I might bring it back this summer and try it to be different or try some other games. Let's see, back to comments. I know FedEx. Jeff Gore just got done watching the 2-hand documentary thing. I haven't seen that one. Also told by Aaron, the other one had a chip in it. A little bit, yeah. But everything's pretty much intact. Glow bleach on those glows are dead and need to be retired. How about we'll turn those into signature pins? We'll sign those and we'll mail them out to people at birthdays or something like that. Has anybody ever bowled a 292 yet? I worked with a guy, this was back, Mike remembers, Dick Kuma over at Don Carter East back in the early 90s. I remember he told me one time, no, it was actually late 80s. He told me one time, he said if he ever had 11 in a row again, he was going to go for 2. He said a 292 had never been bowled before. I'm sure by now somebody has, but that was one thing he wanted to do. Got a flight from Spokane to Seattle and Seattle to Vegas. What are you going to do in Vegas? Or are you just going down? We haven't been to Vegas in a long time. Throw some ABC approved bowling pins in the pin setter. We already have. We got a whole brand new set of Score Kings in the pin setter right now. Well, they're, okay, USB-C. We do have ABC approved pins. We got the Duramark, no, not Duramarks, the Nile Tufts, Amflight Registereds. Then we have the One of Everything set, but I don't think those are ABC. I think those are a mix of USB-C and stuff. Let's see. Someone could throw it in the gutter and win. Yeah, that's why I don't have 0. 0 is not on my mystery shot. It's 1 through strike. 0 is not one of the options because that would be too easy. And nobody was ever drawing the strike. They'd always draw weird numbers. So that made it even easier for nobody to win it. It made the pot get big. Any use for that 800 safety card? I've got a stack of safety cards, different ones. I got some, we had an American Transair L1011 in the hangar one time. That's been 10 years, 15 years ago. They had a L1011, they needed a spot and they were in Bay 10 at DFW at our American Airlines hangar. And I went up there, rated it, and got a bunch of safety cards off of it. The ABC approved department, we have now Test Supremes, Amflight Registered Mixers, I've forgotten, Score King 50s. We had a high-low jackpot where after the game was over, they would draw to see if highest or lowest score wins. You have to explain that one to me a little bit more. I'm always looking to try something different. But lately, there's just been too much going on, so I just said, you know what? I'm just going to stick to the mystery scores, strike pots, win the pot. And I don't need anything else confusing in my life. At least it's attacked. If they threw out the poster, at least I have extras. Yeah, the poster in the box never showed up either, I guess, when they switched boxes. Half marathon down there, and I'm just tagging along. How nice. Thank you, Jeff. Your mom probably really appreciates you going along to see her. That's great. 294 would be harder. 292 would be harder. I don't know which would be hard. I think 2 would be harder than a 4. But both of them are hard. Don't get me wrong. Any Sparetronic updates, Sean? I made a video. I pled. I went in different groups. The only thing I found, I know where one is intact, but the guy didn't want to sell it. He has new in box. I got a copy of the manual, but that's it. But I got the keypad. I got about 3 different solenoids, but evidently I'm missing the main control box that the solenoids plug into. There's a cam that goes on top of the turret. And I went through Tucker's up at Tulia. He has about 100 pin setters, and he had some of the Sparetronic stuff. I went through every pin setter he had up there trying to find Sparetronics on one of them to see if any of the machines had it, and I couldn't find any sign of Sparetronics on any of them. So I was hoping to find one up there. I've asked people if anybody knows about DBA Sparetronics. It was a automatic spare shooting thing that somebody came up with back late 80s, early 90s. Put it on your Brunswick pin setter, and you could set anything you want off a keypad up on the ball return. The only problem working in the back is you had to pull out a bunch of pins in the machine, because if they're shooting like 2 pins, and you got 2 on the lane, 2 in the deck, 2 in the turret, then you got 16 other pins, and your pinwheel's not turning, which is going to clog up. Your ball won't come back. So whenever they were using it, we had to go out and pull a bunch of pins out of the machine so you could get your ball back every time. So that's the Sparetronic updates. I've kind of given up. I'm not completely dead in the water on that. I mean, I need to probably talk about it again, post a video again about it. Maybe somebody will come along this time that actually has Sparetronics that were in their center and they're sitting in a box up in the attic or something. David H. told me they had them at Don Carter West, and he stuck them up in the ceiling. But then they had the tornado through there 2 years ago, and it ripped a bunch of that side of the building apart and messed everything up. And I think they went in there and cleaned everything out, because the manager did let me go up and look up in the ceiling, and nothing's left. Let's see. It is hard to hit 2. Any ideas for the next set of pins? I don't know. I'm running out of shelf space. I got a new shelf back there. How about progressive mystery? If no one hits it, it rolls over. Then after a few weeks, if it's not been broken, then keep drawing. Yeah, but then you don't get a big pot. And, $50 is nice, but hearing 400 or 500 kind of gets the excitement up. So we're looking forward to that on Monday night. Unfortunately, all the games are starting over except one mystery score. So there's going to be a lot of uninspired people. I told the guys who won, you got to play. I don't care. You got to put in and play for it now that you got the money. I think today's bull sell. I think they came in yesterday. RJ sent me a picture. He went by Monday, I think. He went by Tuesday, because they said it was going to be a delay till the next day. He went by Tuesday, and there was already a bulldozer in the building, and the guy stopped and said, okay, you got 30 minutes. And he went in, grabbed a ball lift from up front, grabbed me a pit curtain. We're going to try a different curtain in our machine, see if maybe we can get some better deadwood. And so RJ grabbed me a curtain and a couple of things, and that was it for him. He thought it was done, but he went by one more time. And as I say, they already had a bulldozer parked right inside in the middle of the place. So sad ending. I know he didn't want to see that. Nobody does. Looking at Bowl South, I mean, it was a cool bowling alley. There was originally, 16 lanes, and Marie, the owner, worked there back when she was a teenager, and later on, she and her husband ended up buying the place, added 8 lanes, which are the ones I got the Star Shields out of, that evidently came out of the Showboat in Vegas. That's what they were told when they got them. So these are evidently Showboat Star Shields that we got. They added 8 lanes, and then, I mean, the mechanic has worked there for over 30 years. RJ's bowled there his whole life, so, he goes back to being in, when he was a lot younger. Everybody knew everybody. Everybody grew up in there, and everybody met in there. And then the hurricane came through in August, hit it, ripped the front of the building apart, destroyed it. The approaches were buckled. I saw the approaches. They were gone. The place was full of water at one point, and sad ending to a cool bowling alley. There is the lane. Yes. I've got some stuff on it. If you're just tuning in now, there's a Star Shield that's going to be going along this wall. Whoops, don't knock over the bulbs. There'll be a full-size Star Shield on this wall right here. So I'm taking everything off the wall, had to mount this stream lane up higher so I could fit the Star Shield in. So everything that I kind of stuck off to the side is now on the lane. So I got to get that out of the way. So, anybody got any other questions, comments, suggestions, critiques? please give us some feedback on our lives. I know Monday night, I need to play with the microphones and find the best place so y'all can hear me better. I didn't realize till we watched it when I got home that you just couldn't hear me talking on the thing. I had the microphone on down here, and I don't know, it just wasn't loud enough. So I'm going to play with those and find a better location for them and be a little bit more proactive with the sound quality. We got new mics here in the garage. I know the one that I used Sunday night, the red mic, is garbage. That thing sounded horrible. The other 3 mic packs sounded good, so I think I need to get with Amazon and try to get a replacement mic pack for that one, or send the whole thing back if I have to. Oh yeah, I just heard about that one in Tacoma, Jeff. Bo Little told me about it. I guess they're they're shutting down, like they got like a week's notice. Oh, by the way, we're closing in next week or something. So that's pretty sad. I think that was the one that Del Ballard won $100,000 in a tournament there years ago. Yeah, the mic issues. Like I say, I got the mics, I put them on, and I just thought, okay, it works, but evidently not as good. I've got them charging now. I'm going to play with them before Monday night and figure out which mic is the better mic and the best placement for it, so you can hear me. Hopefully you can hear me now. I'm talking down to it. But this is not one of the ones from Monday night. This is the green set. The red set has 2 mics. Bill wears one, I wear the other one. So let's see. So what are all the video requests? Oh, there's a bunch. Let's see. Video on why the ball doesn't return after a 180. There's about 30 of them on here. I won't read all of them. Video about how the turn pan works. How to clear a deck jam. I've done that one before, but I'll do a newer, updated one, maybe with a little better audio and stuff on it. Video of how I built up the kickbacks in the lane. I have a video posted where I show the church that everything came out of, the original 4-lane installation, and then where I laid the tape out here and it's set to music. It's pretty cool. Probably one of my favorite videos that came out, and if I don't say so myself. Video of the traffic signal and its info. I think Detroit's the one who told me about the traffic light and gave me more information on it. I should have written it down at the time because he told me a little bit more about it. Video of a pin sound test on all pins. Video bowling on gold pins. Tour of the garage. Video of the Score-More in action and how it works. I did a light version of the Score-More. I need to do one a little bit more detail. Shows a little bit more of his functions and stuff. Video taking deck shield off. Video of balls you throw in the garage and in league. Videos of pins in the garage. I haven't done any of my own pins. Pretty much everything I've got, Mike has, and we've done videos of that, but I might have 1 or 2, but I should do mine as well. Why not? Video of a scissor replacement, gearbox clutch, coming out of a 180. Video of how the cushion works, how to do respots, how do the pin finders work, pin setter safety for the mechanic, video of how the turret works. There's a bunch here. I've done some of those already, but I can do kind of updated, better versions of them. Thank you, Bruce. The mic is perfect, sounds good. I know it's different though when we have the machine running. There's a lot of background noise, and then at the bowling alley, you know, when things are a little bit more spread out and more people and stuff, it's harder. But right now, it's just me in the quiet garage. It's got to sound, hopefully sounds good. Thank you, David H. There's a long story with us getting these mics that work up off the camera to me. 3 sets, no charge. Let's see. Here's an idea. One a UV Score King. I have a case full plus some. Are they new or used? I don't think I have. I got the Max. The Glow Max. No Score Kings though. What's on the bowling lane? Let's see. Well, we have, let me show you. We have Mike's grandfather's bowling bag that was hanging over here, but I had to take it down because the shelf came down. We have the, what is the Streamlane 21 masking unit that was hanging up on the wall. We also have the hanging bowling pin here, sent from Ron in Canada. We have the ball return backup decelerator, whatever you want to call it, that the ball hits whenever it goes over. I'm going to do a video on that. Neighbor gave us a Southwest Airlines cooler, metal. A couple other small things, bunch of license plates. Here's a cool thing. The old Brunswick foul light cover with a little running guy on there, and it's got these like red lenses on there for, I guess, the foul indicators. Pretty cool. I found that up, I think it was at Tucker's. So one of those had to have it. Pretty cool. I got the 8230 and 8270 sweep on the lane. Stack of license plates, signs, shelving, and my stairs that usually is over here on the side that we step down because there's quite a drop off over here. Pin fork, a couple of AMF foul light units. There's a couple of pin setter parts and stuff, but there you go. That's what's on the lane. Mr. Bill, yeah, he's hanging out up here. You're right, Bruce, that would be kind of fun. Mr. Bill does pin setter safety, and you know how that could work out. Demonstration on the pop machine. Oh, I could do that. Our foul light covers, I think, had the Brunswick B on them. Yeah, I think that's what I've got on here now. Let me show you. See if you say that's the same thing or not. Flip it around. That's the ones I've got on there now that had the Brunswick B. And underneath this cover, I got, whoops, it's getting mad at me. Underneath that cover is where the Scoremore brain is that actually runs the Scoremore system, or actually the controller. All right, let's go over here to the old Dr. Pepper machine. I found this in a antique store back in about 1993, I think. Got it for about 150 bucks. I found the bottle rack, I think on Craigslist, and put some of my old bottles in it. And I basically redid the Dr. Pepper machine. I need to get out all the pictures for that and do a video on that. Oh yeah, here you go. Mangle. But I redid it about 10 years ago. Stripped it down. I found all reproduction signage for it. Had this one made up. A friend of mine does vinyl work, but had the light in there, but it burned out. But I got everything, Dr. Pepper, Coke, root beer, orange, grape. I put the label on top. The Dr. Pepper one's still the original Dr. Pepper logo on there, but I repainted the door, put new seals on everything, repainted everything. It's never going to be a high dollar machine. It's one of the square tops. They always say those are the ones that are not very rare. But put the old dime in the machine and then say, hey, I want a Coke. There you go. And then the gate locks behind it. Got your bottle of Coke. That is a Mexican Coke. If you're not familiar with it, at least around here, they bring in Cokes from Mexico that's made with real pure, made with real sugar. Almost knocked over the bowling pin. Let me flip it back around here. Oh yeah, there's Aaron's workspace whenever we're doing our lives. It's got the video mixer and everything on there, and it is a telescore that is mounted to a shipping or a moving dolly. So we rotate it around. There's an old Brunswick ball polisher right there next to it. Here's some other stuff you don't see normally because we don't really put the camera on over on this side. So put the camera back here. All right, but anyways, Mexican Coke, they bring them up. They have real sugar in them instead of the corn syrup crap that comes in your normal stuff at the grocery store. And Mr. Bill back in the picture there, but they taste better. Especially from a glass bottle, nothing beats it. Pretty damn good. Let's see. I didn't know it was eggs. He didn't tell me. It's just, here it is. And anyways, long story. It was about dinner last week. Yeah, the Dr. Pepper machine is one of my favorites. It's been plugged in. Here's the story. I bought it about 93, I think, 92, 93. It didn't work, didn't cool. It just looked cool. So I got it, took it home, plugged in, wouldn't cool, which is why I got it for 150 bucks. And a friend of mine, James, which you've seen in the garage, we went out to a thing, it's called Pate. It's like an outdoor flea market that they did over in Fort Worth every year out in the field. And James and I went to it about 1994. I remember dates. It's one of the things. So it was 1994. James and I went to it, and a guy had some Coke machines. We were about to leave. Found these Coke machines. I think he had it listed for $5. But it was very similar to the Dr. Pepper machine, but it was a Coke machine. Looked like it came out of a river. I mean, it was just rusted. It was garbage. I got the door, opened it up, and I looked down. There's the cooling unit. And I thought, $5 bet. I'll give you $5 for it. And I took the machine home, pulled out the cooling unit, put it in mine, rewired it, and guess what? It worked. And that came out of a machine back in 1993 that looked like it was rusted out. So the machine had to have been from 60s, early 60s. Oh, hang on. Boom, there we go. Sorry. Low battery on my phone, so we're going to have to wrap things up here pretty soon. So I rewired it, put it in, plugged it in, it cooled. The thing has no service ports on it. So it was made back 60 years ago probably, if not older. Never been serviced ever. It still works. Here it is, 2022. We moved across the street here into this house, and I set the Dr. Pepper machine up. It used to be at our other house, but I never really used it much. I used it here and there, but for the most part, I never kept it full. But once we moved it over here, I plugged it in, and pretty much it's been on and running since 2017 in this garage. So it's going on 4.5 years now, running nonstop. And I keep it stocked up. I got the light in it. We go to the grocery stores here. I don't know if you got bottled Cokes around where you're from, but you can get bottled drinks here. Usually it's all the Mexican grocery stores carry a better selection. Like Tom Thumbs and some of the big ones carry some, but if you go to the Mexican grocery stores, they usually have a much bigger bottle selection, and you can find other stuff. Pretty much you can find these anywhere, the Mexican Cokes. They're about $1 a bottle if you look around for them. What's the green and white ball on your right? Are we looking at this right here? Oh, you're talking about the bowling ball. That is my spare ball that I don't ever use in league. I assume this is what you're talking about. The earth ball. It is a Maxim. Well, that's it. It's my spare ball that I got, but I don't really ever throw a spare ball. It came free when I got a ball drilled up one Christmas about 4 years ago, I think. So I went ahead and got it, and it was just kind of taking up space in my bowling bag, so I took it out. So I carried two ball bags, and with only 3 balls, I just put my blue hammer in there. I haven't used it yet, as I don't want to piss off Sean Rash. Yeah, that was very lucky. Aaron's doing good. He is inside, probably working on dinner right now, I'm guessing. Maybe. Probably not yet. I'm not sure. You're right, our left. Is that the ball is that what you're talking about then? I hope. Oh, ceiling fan. I'm hearing something weird, but it's the ceiling. It's so quiet in here. Seems Mike loves the Coke machine. Yes, he does. He usually drinks orange, but lately he's been drinking the Coke. So I don't drink too many of them, but once in a while, especially on camera, why not? It's good. You know what's better? Coke floats, root beer floats, vanilla ice cream, Bluebell, some A&W root beer over the top, or better yet, orange. I do the orange with some vanilla ice cream in it. Aha, Aaron's been doing a survey. What's the survey over this time, or are you allowed to discuss? He did the Coca-Cola pin, took it home with him, so I don't have it here to show. Our famous, what Mangle's saying is if you knew our home address, you could go to it, and right when the Google car passed our house, Aaron's out on the porch picking up a package. So you get to see him on the Google map outside. I saw one time, I think I was driving around in Trixie, and I saw the Google map car go by, and I kept going back to look to see if I ever made the map with Trixie, the 57 Chevy in there, but it didn't. So he must not have been mapping at the time. Arby's. You better been good to them. I like Arby's. I haven't been to Arby's in a long time, believe it or not. Fosbear, thanks for checking in. We were just talking about Bowl South earlier. Had a moment of silence for Bowl South. Working on getting the star shield put up over here in this section of the garage, over here where I'm pointing. I got one pillar put up, so getting a start. There's a rainbow pin on the shelf back, right up there. Can't see it, but if you watch this weekend, whatever day we do our live, you'll be able to see it then. Arby's has the meats. How was band practice? Good to see you last week. Wish we could have visited longer, but I know you were on your way out the door when I got there. I was in a hurry to get home anyways. It was a long day. Hold it. You're craving Arby's now? Hey, it's not too icy. Can always drive to Arby's. I like Arby's. Aaron's usually like, but we have Arby's. One Arby's left around here. Still looks like it came out of the 80s. It still had the big hat sign out front. There's one, if you ever drive through Wichita Falls, it's almost like they built the highway around the Arby's. And it goes right by it. It's got the old light up Arby's hat sign. It's pretty cool looking. There's one I pass on the way to work. I used to stop there and pick up Arby's on the way to work sometimes, but I haven't done that in a while. Let's see. Yeah, we don't know how to prepare for snow down here. It'd get a light dusting, and I mean, like this morning, I mean, we had a little bit of drizzle overnight. It was like 25 degrees. The highways were fine. The roads were good if they'd treated them. But yeah, there wasn't a car on the highway this morning. Everything was, excuse me, pretty much closed. What do you do when you run out of wall space? Well, that happened a long time ago. You just keep taking things out and shuffling around and moving things around. Or like if you see the aircraft sign up here, whoops, aircraft sign right there, is actually hanging from hooks away from the wall. I had no wall space left. It used to be up here above the Streamlay masking unit, but I moved the masking unit up so I could put the star shield in right here. So I got a board, mounted the aircraft letters on the board, and wired everything up so it's actually lit up now. Basically, we bought there's an auction site around here. We got a pallet and we saw the letters on there. We bid on it, won it. It was a bunch of letters. And if you ever played Words with Friends, what I did is I went on and plugged in the letters. There's a P also. There's a big blue P and an A, AP. I wonder whose initials that is. But I put in all the letters using Words with Friends. And I work in the airline industry. Aaron and I like to travel. We fly, do stuff like that. And anyways, I put in Words with Friends. The letters that I had is like, what will this spell out? And the first word on the top said aircraft. I'm like, done. So I mounted the letters up on the wall, hadn't lit them up, but I finally took them down to move them, and I mounted them to the board, wired them up, so now they'll actually light up. Yes, ceiling. I actually have a spot on the ceiling I was going to mount. I've got a giant Dr. Pepper sign over here to the side. It's about 5 by 6. It's huge. Like one of those big signs that hung out in front of a diner back in the 60s. and it's just kind of in the way, unfortunately for it, but I was going to actually mount it to the ceiling, but now that I put the new signs up on the, hanging on the ceiling, I showed them earlier here, let me show them again. Fosbear, you saw these. Here's what I did with them. There we go, there's one. The other one I just put an 858 on it, but I actually put garagebowlingalley.com and Farmers Branch, Texas on that one. I painted the letters because the white was hard to see, but those signs were hanging in Bowl South. And I've got 2 of them here. I think RJ's got 2 more for me. I asked if he could save the other 2 that were still hanging in there. And I think he salvaged those for me too. Thank you, RJ. Thank you, Fosbear. Y'all have been gone way above and beyond, so I owe you guys. Uber Eats. I'll bet you so. We never tried Uber Eats before, any of the delivery services. I know Mango plays the violin, baritone. Very nice. I see a crown and amplite 2s by the car. Where are we seeing pins? There's a whole bunch of pins over here to the side. I got 200 pins, I think, stacked up back here, and all my trade pins. I need to post a video. I got a bunch of pins I would like to trade. I don't like to sell them or whatever, but you know, if I get some pins, I'd like to trade for them. I'd like to get some more stuff for what I have and do some trading. So maybe one day I can post a video of what I've got, and maybe somebody out there, we can work a deal out and trade some pins. I know Mike is always looking to buy pins. If you have pins you want to sell, you got anything cool, contact Mike. Message me or leave a message on one of the videos or something, and maybe that trip over there probably during the summer would do it. I don't know. Bunch of Maxes I'd like to trade. I got Maxes. I want something cool and old. That's what I got some old pins for. I've got, actually, I'll show what I just got. One of 2. It is a painted Voltex. It's painted, if you notice. It's got a base on it. Pretty cool pin. Actually, Mike did not have one, so I gave him one, because he's given me quite a few other pins, so I figured that'd be nice and give him something back. Yes. We got some pins we're gonna send you here, Mango, pretty soon. I've got to get the pins from Josh, and then we can get those in the mail to you. Let's see. Just because you beat it up doesn't mean it's vintage. Even though people like to do that, they put on vintage and rare and collectible. It's like, I can go to any bowling alley and get that pin. There's nothing vintage about that. Coke. Mexican Coke. He's been kind of not feeling well lately too, so he got sick, got over it, and got sick again. He's trying to bounce back from that. He was here Monday, or Sunday night when we bowled live. Yes. Anything you put on eBay, just as long as you say it's vintage. I always like when it's pre-owned or used or whatever. It's like, really? Let's see. Just remember, I'm running out of shelf space, so I've got about room for about 3 more pins on the shelf back there, looking at it. I still got to put my Triangle Bowl pin up that I got from Bo Little. Saying he's the one who sells all the cool Brunswick shirts and AMF shirts. If you see him on eBay, Google Triangle Bowl and look for the shirts. It's pretty cool. He sent me one of his bowling pins with the shirt. We did a trade. I sent him a crown. He's got a Gold Crown mask unit, needed the crown for it, so I sent him one of those. I have a gold twister pin. So you say. Here you go. Gold twister pin. And I've only seen one other one. We need to find the Dublin orange. It's starting not to find the Dublin sodas around here like we used to. Dublin was the Dr. Pepper plant that was the original Dr. Pepper plant that survived, and Dr. Pepper let them continue to bottle Dr. Pepper with the real sugar in it. And then corporate got mad and shut them down. And it was like a 100-year-old bottling plant out in Dublin, Texas, over west of Fort Worth. They shut them down and took away their right to bottle it, so they had to start their own Dublin Bottle Works. And they made an old line of sodas to continue business out there. It's not the same at all. It used to be huge out there. Now it's sad what they did to them. And the town too, because the town really thrived on that. Golden Triangle Bowl, Irving, Texas. Yeah, I've been there a few times before they shut down. Now I think it's a storage warehouse. Hey, maybe you get twisters. There's evidently not very popular, but we like them in here because they bounce out of the lane and give us lots of deadwood and have lots of fun. Wish I could bowl league on them one week. See how they do. But looks like, yeah, Golden Triangle and let's see, Circle Bowl, which you see the Circle Bowl sign over here next to Mr. Bill that was up there. There you go. Circle Bowl, I got that out of the dumpster when they closed back in the late 80s, I think. Now there's a DART train, the Dallas Area Rapid Transit. The train goes right through where Circle Bowl used to be. I think it is like one of the pillars is right where the building used to be. That's down, it had the Circle Bowl, Circle Inn, Circle Theater. And they used to be, if you look at the old video or pictures, it was like a big circle street and all the streets kind of intersected funny there. And so they had all the different circle stuff right there. People just don't like twisters. I guess I've never bowled on them. Maybe they'll let me take a set up to USA Bowl one day and let me bowl on them in the pin setter, but it'd be kind of fun to try it and see what they're actually like. I only bowled on them here, so I really can't get a good grasp of, you know, how they really are and how they carry and stuff. But yeah, the twisters are about the only pins you can find right now. Evidently everybody else is starting to get them, but they're really slow. You got to order about 6 months out, I guess, to get bowling pins right now. Maybe on Saturday. Yeah, we'll do, I don't know if we're doing Saturday or Sunday. This is kind of up to Mike. If he's got to work, usually he works Sunday night, or yeah, Sunday, so he can't do late on Sunday, but he can on Saturday. He's normally off, but I have to work Saturday night, so it's not my favorite. So that's why we usually do Saturday afternoon. And this last week he was off on Sunday, so we did Sunday night, which was kind of fun. So we'll have to see what day Mike says he is available and what his schedule is. I thought the AMF factory was just, are they closed completely or they're just, I know they're in like way behind on their production, kind of like cars with the stupid chip shortage. And now what's all this Russia crap going to do? How is that going to affect everything? Can't help. Let's see. Old Putin. Let me see if there's anything else going on in the entertainment world. I pretty much ignore all that kind of stuff. Let's see. What's going on in the U.S.? Ukraine. Let's see, lots of comments coming in. And I finally got my wish. What was your wish, Caleb? $40 per pin on candle pins? Oh, they last a while though. AMF went bankrupt? Wouldn't be surprised why they ruined bowling right now. Hang on. Sorry about that. Got my second low battery notice. Let me, no, I can't plug into that one. AMF is still, I thought they were still in business. They're just laid off right now till they can't get all the supplies to make bowling pins. You hit the rake, I know. Tom, you can thank Tom for hitting the rake. The other day he tried to hit the 710. He tried to throw one ball, then tried to throw the other ball, and it didn't happen. He smacked in. If you look at Joe the Pro, hit the sweep. So we knew that would make you happy. We don't do that on purpose. There's no aircraft over the Ukraine. If you look at any other landlines, oh wow, what a mess. Putin may need to be squashed. It's kind of like a modern day Hitler almost. I know not to the extent of what Hitler did, but you know, just going in and I don't know. You just don't do that. And then what's going to be the ripple effect from that now? I guess he's just greedy and wants to take over all their mineral rights and whatever, and had an old crown with the just painted beat up. Is that a bowling pin you mean? You're talking about Fosbear? Air India, yeah, and I think they said Aeroflot's been banned from flying into the European airspace. So hopefully countries will band together and do something to Russia and not sit back and let the U.S. do the only thing to it, if anything, or we're gonna sanction them. That'll do it. Yeah, there's no telling what this could turn into, Caleb. I mean, I don't know who Russia really has to stand with, though. I mean, if the whole world, because, you know, what's the ripple effect? You know, is China gonna, you know, go in and do something now to a neighboring country because they want to take them over because they see that the world is sitting back and not going to do anything about it and let it happen? You know, or what's Russia going to do next? Is Iran going to go in and invade Iraq or somebody else and do the same thing because they know now it's been proven that the world just sits back and like, whatever. Shit. Yeah, it's a weird time we're living in, Caleb. Sanction their tournament. There you go. Well, I think my battery is starting to run down, and it's getting near dinner time. So, got anything else anybody wants to talk about here for a few minutes? I'll wrap things up and say we'll be back on live this weekend at some point. I'll talk to Mike, see when we're going to be on. I've got a bowling pin video to upload, so look for a new, hey Mike, what's up with that pin? Number 23. And I've still got 6 or 7 more after that, so we got at least 30. And I still have, I think Mike still has one whole shelf that we haven't even touched yet, so. I know he's got a lot of, some of our pins may repeat. It's kind of hard to keep track of what we've done and haven't done. So I just say, hey, when in doubt, let's just do it again. So we'll get the bowling pin video loaded. And another one for Mike, a public service announcement for Mike. Nothing much. See you, Fosbear. Thanks again for everything. I'm going to hopefully fly down there in the next couple of weeks, come visit you guys. Since y'all are hopefully near the airport, I think. I'll fly into the Puma International Airport. All right. Stripe Brunswick Max. Twisters are coming. Nick, see ya. Thanks for watching. I don't know what the hate is for the red pin. But anyways, all right, thanks for watching, everybody. I'll wrap things up here. We'll do this again more often. Brendan was the one that asked me to do it yesterday, or he asked me if I'd do one, and I guess I should have messaged him and told him we were going to be on. I don't know that I saw his name pop up. So thank you, Sean. Thank you, everybody else, for everything you had. Let's do this again in a couple of days. So come up with some comments, questions, things like that, and let's talk about them. Share some bowling news. Hopefully you get some good news from somebody instead of all this depressing news. All right, Mangle, talk to you a little bit later. Everybody else, see you later. See you next time. We'll be live this weekend. Look for a bowling pin video. We'll do some more sit down, and I was thinking about doing like a morning show one day. So I'll come home and we'll have like a 9 a.m. wake up morning show. Maybe Tuesday or something we'll do that. Thank you, Jim. Yes, I think we still got a couple in the machine, Mike. All right, we'll see you this weekend. Bye, everybody. Thanks. See you, Joe.